Hello friends, and welcome to the second part of the MiG-21UM build. There is still a lot of work to do. Let's start with adjusting the front section of the fuselage. The parts of the air intake and the electronic cover in the front of the cabin is in a wrong shape. These parts do not fit well with the fuselage parts. I tried to proceed slowly when gluing, but even with a great effort with correct placement of the parts, I could not achieve the necessary shape. Therefore, I decided to sand the front part so that all the parts would be united into a smooth surface. For such work, I chose files and sanding sticks with coarser grain. When sanding, I was careful not to damage important panel lines. As you can see, the canopy frame is also slightly off, so more sanding. That's more like it. Now I take a smoother sandpaper and continue sanding. When it's done, I fill all gaps with putty. As usual, for a better work, I thin down the putty with leavening thinner. The putty is much smoother and easier to work with. Some places with not that big gaps can be repaired right away. Just take a cotton bud soak in thinner and remove the excess putty. I let the putty dry out through the night. Now I take a smooth sandpaper and remove it. And since I'm sanding, I also adjusting some molding imperfections. Next, I must paint the pink hermetic sealing paste around the cockpit frames. For a better work, I purchased advanced masks from New Wear Masks. Come on. Steady. Come on. Nope. And one more time. That's more like it. Before the paint job, I masked the cockpit frames with a liquid mask. I don't have the correct color shade, so I made my own by mixing white and red acrylic paints. It looks quite good so far. Let's add another layer of canopy masks. This time they will stay in place for the whole painting process. For attaching the canopy frames during the paint job, I used PVA glue. it can be easily removed after. During sanding, I removed some panel line details. Now I'm scribing them with a razor saw. Details like rivets I created with a pin. Okay, the model is getting ready for the paint job. I cover the wheel wells with a masking tape and landing lights with a liquid mask. To unify the surface, I use Mr. Primer Surfacer 1000. Since I'm an aircraft enthusiast, I wanted to build something that I personally know. That's why I chose the MiG tactical number 0268 that I visited, touched and took pictures of it. It's like a ritual. Aircraft that you get known personally leave a mark on your heart. To make the metallic camouflage color stand out better, I paint the model with a black base. Before the camo painting, I paint all necessary parts like the sensors and exhaust covers. I masked the necessary parts with masking tape and liquid mask. Now I can paint the metallic camo. I started to apply the darkest color, titanium. For this model, I specially purchased the Gonza Mr. Color Super Metallic acrylic paints. These paints are excellent. Let's mask the painted panels with masking tape. The next paint is matte aluminium. And once again, I mask the painted panels with masking tape. The last metallic paint is duralumin. After painting, I remove the masking tape. All metallic shades have a nice contrast. Next, I paint small details with a paintbrush. Let's give the paint job a proper coat of gloss varnish. The next step is to apply decals. I use technical stencils from the kit. I use Slovak insignias and numbers from Aero team. They are a little bit fragile like the Copro or smear decals. I applied Mr. Mark Setter to the decal area. Next, I place the decal in place and adjust it in its placement. Then I squeeze out any excess water and air bubbles from behind the decal. For a better adhesion and copying of the surface, I softened the decal with softening fluid from Revel. After it's done, I add a layer of glossy varnish and start to weather the model. This time I will use a mix of black and grey washes from Tamiya. For a faster work, I apply the wash with a brush. I let the wash properly dry for a few hours and then I remove the excess with a cotton bud. Next, I applied a matte varnish coat. Let's add dirty and greasy areas with oil paints. Burnt umber and black oil paints are excellent for the job. I apply the paint mainly on the edges of the paneling where the dirt can settle on a real machine. I carefully spread the paint with enamel thinner. I want to achieve the effect of old dirt. This way I will also emphasize the transition between the panels. The weathering is complete. Now I apply the final layer of a flat varnish coat. Time to remove the canopy and masking tape. I also removed the PVA glue. Now I can glue the landing gear legs, wheels, covers, fuel tank and the rocket pods. For gluing the parts I use super glue. There is still a few details to be glued in the cockpit. I had to save them until the end of the build, so I wouldn't ruin it during the build. Now I can safely glue the ejection seat into the cockpit. At the end of the assembly, I glue the cockpit canopy and make flexible holding rods from plastic sticks for opening the cabin, paint them in the cockpit color, and also create static dischargers on the wings. With these last few touches, I consider the MiG-21UM from Trumpeter complete. If you want to build this model, be prepared for a few inconveniences. The kit has a problem with fitting the cabin and the entire front part of the fuselage. It's nothing an experienced modeler can't handle. You just need to spend more time on it than usual. After all, that's what model making is all about. I hope you liked this video build. Please subscribe to my channel, like or leave a comment down below. If you're interested to see more of my work, join me on Facebook or Instagram. There's a link in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.